Hey there, and welcome to another episode of English Is, where we delve into the fascinating working of the human mind. I'm your host, Belva.
And I'm Irgi, and today we're exploring a topic that many of us can relate to. Why do most people get bored or tired easily whenever they read a book?
This is a topic that's close to my heart because I've always wanted to be the one of those people who can read for hours on and without feeling the urge to take a nap or check my phone. But like many of you, I often find myself getting bored or drowsy after just a few pages.
So true, Belva, and I think the first thing we need to acknowledge is that this isn't it a sign that something is wrong with us.
So, apart from sore eyes, is it a problem? Is reading for screen harmless or could it be damaging us in some way? Can someone keep their concentration on what they are doing?
And that's what we'll be discussing today. There are actually several reasons why reading can make us feel bored or tired. Let's break it down.
Oh, wait, look, like we have a guest. They want to join our today's discussion, Irgi. Will you let them join in the discussion?
Yeah.
Hi
Come
Hello.
on.
everyone. Yeah. Hi everyone. It's a great to be here. My name is Nadhya, and I'm graduating from Pajajaran University 2019, majoring in law. And I'm currently having a job as a full-time lawyer in Jakarta. I'm really looking forward to discussing this common issue with all of you.
First of all, I would like to thank you to Belva and Irgi for having me in this podcast. Pleased to meet you. I'm Razwalia, majoring in International Relations, Pajajaran University, and I've graduated last 2020. And I spent a lot of time thinking about this topic lately, but as a writer and as a reader, so I'm excited to share some insight here.
Fantastic. Let's get right into it. Nadia, can you start by explain why so many people get bored or tired when they read?
Absolutely. There are a few key factors at play here. One major reason is a cognitive load, which refers to the amount of the mental efforts required to process information when reading, especially something dense or complex. Our brains are working hard to decode words, understand concept, and retain information. This can be exhausting, leading to mental fatigue and eventually drowsiness.
That makes sense, but what about boredom? Is that related to cognitive load as well?
It can be, but boredom usually arises when the contact doesn't engage our attention. If the material is too easy or simply not interesting, our brains start to wander. We're weird to seek the stimulation, so when something is holding our interest, it's natural to feel bored.
I can definitely relate it to that. Both as a reader and a writer, one of the biggest challenge I face is keeping the reader engaged throughout the entire book, right? It's a balancing act between providing enough detail to be informative, but not so much that it's become overwhelming or dull.
That's an interesting perspective, Wawa. As a writer, do you have any strategies for combating reading boredom?
Definitely do. One thing I always focus on is spacing. Keeping the narrative moving and avoiding long, teens passage can help maintain the reader's interest. I also try to inject elements of surprise or unexpected twists to keep readers on their toes.
Those are great tips, Wawa. Nadia, you mentioned cognitive load and attention, but what about the physical side of things? Can our bodies actually get tired from reading?
Yes, physical fatigue is another factor. Reading usually requires us to sit still for long periods, which can lead to muscle tension and discomfort. Additionally, reading is often done in environments that promote relaxation, like in the bed or the couch, which the trigger feelings of tiredness.
And then there's the issue of when people read. I know a lot of folks, myself included, who read right before bed, which make it even easier to doze off.
Exactly. Our brains have been conditioned to associate reading with winding down, so it's not surprised that we get sleepy. But even during the day, if we're not fully engaged with the material, our brains can signal that it's time to rest.
So, what can people do to stay more engaged and learn while reading? Wawa, do you have any advice for our listeners?
Sure, I have. First, I'd say don't be afraid to take a break. Reading in short bursts can help prevent fatigue. Also, try reading in different settings, maybe somewhere with some natural light or where you can switch up your posture. And if you're finding a book boring, it's okay to put it down and try something else. Not every book is going to resonate with everyone.
Uh, yes,
And
I
I'm sorry. Don't force yourself to finish a book that you're not enjoying at it. Life's too short to read books that don't interest you. It's okay to put a book down and pick up something else that you'll find more engaging. Reading should be an enjoyable experience, right? Not a chore. And by understanding why we might get bored or tired, we can take steps to make reading a more pleasurable and fulfilling part of our lives.
I add that actively engaging with the text can make a big difference. Taking notes, highlight, or discussing what you are reading with the others can turn reading into more interactive experience, which help keep your mind alert.
Wow, great tip from both of you, Wawa. Do you have any final thoughts before we wrap up?
The final thoughts. I think we've covered some really valuable insights today. For our listeners, remember that it's normal to feel bored or tired sometimes when reading, but there are plenty of strategies you can try to make the experience more enjoyable and fulfilling. So, for me, don't give up. Keep exploring different books and approaches until you find what works best for you.
Absolutely, and to all our listeners, thanks for tuning in. We hope this episode has given you some useful ideas to help you stay engaged the next time you pick up a book.
And once again, thank you so much for having me. It's such a pleasure to be here.
Same here. Thank you for Nadia, also Irgi and Belva for having us here too. And
You're
hopefully we
welcome.
can get discuss more topics here.
Okay, until next time, everyone, keep reading, stay serious, and we'll see you on the next episode of English is. Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.